Anything else?
Okay. Oh, my camera's not on. Well, Pope. Anthony? I didn't hit live on that one. They're broken. I have a blue light for that one, but no camera on that one.
Okay.
Oh, I was just sleeping, huh?
No, it wasn't selected, apparently.
All right. Well, now we are in Viz.
For some reason, I think probably, you know what I think happened? Probably when we redid that, the YouTube took over the camera that your TikTok usually uses. So since that camera was being used by a different program, I couldn't open that one.
Gotcha.
So we just had to select a different camera. Well,
Got it.
the other one. All right, let me know if you need anything else.
Okay.
Got you.
Thank you.
Yep.
I think we're good. Going live, everybody.
Woo.
Hello. How is everybody doing? This is Angela with Recreate Health and Wellness. I am a nurse practitioner. I am here to answer any of your questions and anything that you want to know about GLPs. We can talk about hormones. We can talk about anything and everything that you guys want to know about. I hope you had a great weekend. I did. I actually went to my first dirt track racing. I actually had mud flung at myself. I think I had dirt in my hamburger, to be honest with you. It was pretty gross, but that's okay. I was even the pit crew, and I had to change a tire that went flat. So that was my adventure for the weekend. So we are here to talk about anything related to GLPs. So what do you guys want to know? All right, so let us get started. So normally we start this off by me just doing a free consultation. So what I like to do is talk about the GLPs and how they work. So hello, Angelica. Good to see you. So it is nice to see you guys here today. And if you could please share my live, I really do appreciate it. And please follow me. I am actually on 2 pages. And I have my backup page and my main page because I'm trying to grow my backup page just in case, because I do like to get in trouble. Don't mean to, but it's just an accident, but it happens. So we are here doing our thing, talking about GLPs in the middle of the day. Hopefully you guys are at lunch. I am on the East Coast, and we're here discussing anything and everything related to GLPs. All right, so what we talk about is how do they work? They work 3 ways. The first thing that they do is they shut down the noise, shut down I'm craving, I'm hungry. The second way that they work is they shut down or they slow down your digestion so you can't eat as much. The third way that they work is they get rid of your insulin resistance. So what that does is it starts processing your blood sugars better. So it's going to put your blood sugars in the proper places in your body, which is a really, really good thing. And that is what it does. So it's actually really cool. And it is amazing for your systems. They actually have just released that it is good for your liver. They've actually done research to show that it helps your heart, your kidneys, and your nervous system. So there is a lot of really, really good research. So you guys have been great lately in all the questions that that you've been asking on my page and comments that you have been putting on my videos. So I've been answering a lot of those with video questions or video answers, which I love and I hope that you guys like as well. You seem to be, because you have been responding well to those. So anything and everything that you want to know, I am here for you. So please ask your questions. And I also do, or my team and I, we do free consultations. So you can DM us anytime for a free consultation, because we are more than happy to answer any of the questions that you have. You do not have to get your medications from us. You are more than welcome to get your medications from us. I am not affiliated with one in particular pharmacy. I actually do own my own clinic, and we do service 47 states, but you do not have to get that from me in particular. My whole goal is to teach and educate and make sure that you're being safe on these medications, because honestly, there are so many bad players out there. I was trying to think of a politically correct way to say it, but there are so many dangerous places that you can get these medications. So I really just want to make sure that you're being safe on them. So that's all I just really want to make sure that you're doing. I had the sleeve. I'm on T. I have trouble meeting my calories, not my protein. Water, fiber is okay. So what calories are they telling you to get is one of my questions that I have for you, Joni, if you could put that in here. There's another live of you talking under Recrea Health. Yes, there's two. So Recrea Health is my main page, and Recrea Wellness is my backup page. Oh, Joni, 2,000, that's what they're telling you that you need to eat? That's a lot. Did they do a BMR scale? Joni, because if you get the BMR scale, I would be very, very surprised that you are, I've never had a woman that I've told to eat that much calories. Never. Because that's insane. Women typically are 13 to 1400, and I've been weighing people and doing BMRs and calorie counts for about 4 years now, and I have never, ever had a woman that I have told to eat more than 14, maybe 1500, and that woman was close to 6 foot tall, and she was probably 250 pounds. So that would be very, I really can't see that'd be too many calories. DM me for a free consultation. Seriously, I would love to speak with you more personally. All right, so yeah, Delta Girl, yes, I do have 2 accounts, so you definitely can reach out to me on both of those accounts. I have my main page and I have my backup page. So I am available on 2 pages, so please follow both my pages. My main page, I do have a lot of products on there, so you can definitely go to my main page, and every single product that I promote, I actually do try, or somebody in my family is trying. So just to let you know. And all of the products do support the GLPs. So I'm very, very careful about making sure that the products are supportive of what we're trying to do, supportive of the lifestyles, and just really promoting what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to figure out what and how I've been getting in trouble lately. So I was in trouble every day last week that I went on live. So I've changed up the screen information as well. So we're just going to try to use DM strictly on here. So if you need anything, just please DM. And then we'll go from there and see, because I don't know why I got in trouble last week. But, you know, you get points every time you get in trouble, and we don't want me to get in trouble. My dietitian initially told me over 2K in order to start progressing down as I slowly... Yeah, I don't understand the 2K thing with calories. I've never heard that. Interesting. I'm going to have to actually ask some of my dietitian friends and see what they say, because I really don't understand that one. I do have a couple friends. Okay, to not shock my body. So I do a BMR on every single person that comes into my office. And what the BMR is, basal metabolic rate. And what we do is we look at that, and that tells you, so your BMR is your to maintain calories. And then what we do is we look at that, and then that tells us your to maintain. And then we do 200 to 300. But at first, I don't tell people to count calories. What I do is I tell you to listen. Learn to listen, because your brain is going to start telling you that you are not hungry and you're not craving. And it takes you a little bit to get used to that. And it takes you a few minutes to get used to the medicine and the GLPs telling your brain. So what you have to do is you really have to start concentrating on that, because it's hard. And that is what we have to start training our bodies and our mind, and start listening to your brain to start telling you that you're not hungry, you're not craving. So I don't want people counting calories in the very beginning. I don't encourage you to do that at all. And I really don't start counting calories until you hit that initial stall. Then that's when I start educating on the calorie thing. She also told me I needed to more carbs than protein. Oh, but yeah, what I tell people, and we've had really, really good success with it, is protein is your main source, then complex carbs is your second source. So 75% of what you eat is protein, 25% of what you eat is complex carbs, no simple carbs is what we do, and that's how we educate. I'm on Victoza and want to switch to Zepbound. I don't have any experience with the orals at all. And I don't have any experience with anything outside of compound, and I only prescribe Sema and Terzep. That's all I prescribe, and they're all compounded. So my experience with the name brand is from what people have been on, and then they come to my clinic and they switch to the compounds. Or they were on the compound, their insurance started to pay for the name brand, they switched to it, and then they end up switching back. So that is all my experience is with the compound. That's all I ever have taken as well. So that's, so yeah, if you guys ever have questions, so do please reach out. My tips on fiber and getting more fiber is you actually need to take a supplement. To be honest, I supplement my fiber because it's really hard to do. Vegetables are a natural source. You can do a lot of vegetables, but what I recommend is Metamucil gummies. I like the Metamucil gummies. They taste good. There's a new one that I've seen out is Mera Fiber. I haven't tried it yet. Some people say it's pretty good. I like gummies. I really honestly do. I like the gummies. So you can do that. There's only, I think it's 5 grams of fiber in the Metamucil gummies. You're supposed to have 24 to 30. Don't do that right away. It will bloat you and give you a ton of gas. So you actually need to slowly start taking in your fiber. So start out with just 1 gummy a day, then 2 gummy a day, and do that for a couple of days, and then just slowly increase it in your diet. Are you just taking them 1 a day? I take 3 a day, but slowly increase it so that you can get more. All right. When you screening or scrolling up, a lot of times it just bumps you up there. Okay, somebody asked about the risk of going blind. So it is not a common risk. There is more and more of that being out there in media. And if you have diabetic retinopathy, you definitely need to talk to the ophthalmologist, talk to, the optometrist, talk to your doctor, because you probably shouldn't be taking these if you have diabetic retinopathy. Okay? That is a definite, for sure, don't take these. Then if you are worried about vision issues, definitely talk to your provider. It is very, very rare. So I guess there's some new research going on out there to check on, is it really an issue? There are some lawsuits. There's tons of lawsuits on everything. So the risk is rare, okay? if it is one of those things that you're extremely concerned about, talk with your providers. Talk and see if it's really a risk that you need to be concerned about. If you're so concerned about it, then don't do it. You know, there's risks with everything. The risk with this is very minimal, but I mean, it's one of those things. If you're so concerned about it, then don't do it. You know, and that's with everything. You know, thyroid medullary cancer, they have not had any confirmed cases in humans. It was in overdosed rats that developed it. Pancreatitis, if you had pancreatitis, you can still take these, but you have to be very, very closely monitored. If you develop any upper left quadrant pain, immediately go seek attention, medical attention, go to the emergency room. You know, constipation and nausea are your most common side effects. And we could definitely talk about how to avoid those. The serving size is 3, but that's only 5 grams. Yes, you are right, and that's for Metamucil. So they're expecting that you're going to get your fiber elsewhere in your diet. So you want to add up what else you're getting in your diet to make sure that you're getting your fiber elsewhere. But 24 to 30 grams a day is what you should be getting. Slow, steady, consistent loss. Now, I can't read numbers on here. So Joni, I can't read the numbers that you put on there. So I can't because TikTok will yell at me. So I can't do that. All right. So what you need to do is it's slow, steady, consistent L. So 1 to 3 a week is normal. For women, 3 to 5 a week is normal for guys. This is a lifestyle change. It's going to be for the rest of your life. So you want slow, steady, consistent. Slow, steady, consistent wins the race here. We want it to be slow and steady because if we do slow and steady, then it's going to be forever. Wean off of these. Don't ever, ever, ever go cold turkey. If you go cold turkey, then you can G it back. And we don't want to G it back. We want to keep it off forever. So that's when it is so important that we do slow, steady, consistent, and we learn from what we've been doing and we continue that for the rest of our lives. So that's why we want to wean off so that we can have that slow, steady, consistent. Can everybody please follow my pages? I have Recrea Health and I have Recrea Wellness. So I would really appreciate if you could please follow my pages and please share my live so that I can definitely grow and get this information out to everybody, because I really am trying to just educate and just really teach and hope everybody is safe on these medications. I really don't care if you get them from me. It'd be great if you did, but you don't have to. But DM if you would like a free consultation, because we're more than happy to just educate. My team is available, so just DM us and we'd be more than happy to help you. And if you have any questions, please just continue to ask. I'm hitting my water and fiber, but still having constipation. Okay, so let's talk about constipation really quick. So fiber is really important. I love a product that's on my main page, Recrea Health. It's called Leafar, Leefar. It's pink and yellow. It's a probiotic for females, and it's really good, and it actually prevents me from needing to take Miralax every day. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. Then there's another product that's magnesium that's 14 in 1. So magnesium citrate is a really good one as well. But if you can't go every day, then I highly recommend that you take a Miralax every day. That will really, really help with that constipation. And it's a really, really good program. So you want fiber every day. You want a probiotic every day, and you can take magnesium citrate, but I love the 14 in 1, and they actually all taste really good because they're gummies. I love my gummies, people. They're fantastic. They make you think you're getting little gummy bears every day, and when you're a sugar freak like I used to be, that it's fantastic that we get all these gummies. So take all of those gummies, but then if you still can't go every day, then I really recommend taking Miralax every day. So it really works as well. And if that still doesn't work and you're looking at 2 to 3 days without going, then you can also try what's called Cinna Plus. So this works also really well. But this is also available on my Recrea Health page also. So those are all available as well. Yes, you can switch from one med to the other, but when you do that, when you switch from S to T or any of them, you always need to go back to the lowest dose. These are not all equal in dosing. So you need to make sure that you go back to down to the lowest dose anytime you switch. I was on MJ, insurance is making me switch to S. I'm scared of the side effects. Don't be afraid of the side effects. Please watch my videos, especially my pin videos. Don't be worried about the side effects. That's my lovely husband in the background, everybody. But please don't be worried about the side effects. Always watch your bowels. If you get nauseous, make sure that you reach out to your provider so they can call on Zofran. So what is important is the side effects on both of them are very, very similar. I actually tend to get more side effects on T than I do on S. So you just need to, manage them well and talk to your providers because your provider can help you manage the side effects. Stay away from the simple carbs because the simple carbs can definitely cause your issues. And the simple carbs can cause the indigestion, the belching, the nausea, the vomiting. They can cause sulfur burps. So you really need to make sure that you're watching those. I'm on T. I'm in the deficit eating less than 1,000 calories. Okay. No less than 1,200 calories ever. Please don't ever eat less than 1,200 calories. If you go less than 1,200 calories, you are putting yourself into a state of starvation. Your body needs those calories just to function. So please, increase your calories to greater than 1,200 because you will hit a stall and your body will not lose. So you need to make sure that you are at least 1,200 or more. Women need 13 to 1,400. Guys need 16 to 1,800. Absolutely 100%. That is why you're not losing because our bodies need those calories and you need your protein. Protein is 100 at a minimum for women and 120 at a minimum for guys. It's so important because if you hit that stall, then you're not giving your body the fuel that it needs to burn. And that is why it starts to freeze and it hits that stall. So you have to make sure you're doing that. All right, so let me move on here. And if you ever need a free consultation, please reach out to us. We are more than happy to do that. Just DM us and we will be more than happy to talk to you. My team is actually standing by, ready to answer any of the questions that you have. I thought BMR was calories burned while your body is doing nothing. BMR is your calories to maintain. At least that's what I had a physical fitness trainer explain to me. And that is what I have always worked off of when I'm teaching people on what calories. So when we go to and teach people their deficit calories that they need to be into. So your BMR is doing nothing. That is your calories that you need to maintain when you're doing nothing. So when you are active and you need to add in extra calories, or when you are need to burn, then you're going into the deficit. So it's 200 to 300 less than that to go into a deficit, but never less than 1,200. I hope that makes sense. So never less than 1,200 in order to burn. So that's, I hope that makes sense. I might have confused you way more than I needed to. Is chicken and rice good to prep and eat every day? Rice is a complex carb. If it's jasmine or basmati, if it's naturally white in the earth, it's considered jasmine or basmati. It would be better to do chicken and a vegetable. that would be better for you. So that is, chicken and a vegetable would be better than chicken and rice, because if you're not burning that rice, then it's going to be considered, it can be turned into a simple carb. So it would be better to have rice like more occasional, not every day. So if you did vegetable and chicken, then that would be better for you. I'm on Z. Is it okay that I missed my dose this week? You need to be careful missing your dose. It depends on which dose. So if you're on a higher dose and you miss it and you give it after a week of missing it, you could be pretty sick. After that 10 days of missing it, you can get really sick. So you need to be very, very careful with that. So if you need to reach out to your provider, you definitely could do that. So this is my opinion, Christina. My opinion, compound is just a little bit different than name brand. The only reason it's different is because of what it's mixed with. And I have actually found, this is my opinion, this is Angela's opinion, okay? So don't anybody beat me up for my opinion. I'm going to say it again, my opinion. I have found it has less preservatives. Compound has less preservatives than name brand. So if you actually look at the ingredients that's in the name brand versus compound has B12, B6, L-carotene. It might have some other things that people are compounding it with. And then if you look at name brand, I don't actually have it here in front of me. I do have some pins that people have given me that are empty. It has a lot more ingredients in it. So if you have the name brand version, look at what's in your pin. It has a lot more ingredients in it. So that's just my opinion. Okay. What is it? All right, I just answered that. I answered that. Do you recommend switching brands when you plateau? So there's some different things that you can do when you hit that plateau. I wouldn't necessarily jump to switching brands or switching different medications. I would actually DM for that free consultation, because you need to look at calories. You need to look at your BMI, because when you get in the BMI of that 24.9 to 29, you have to actually do things differently with your lifestyle, because you look at calories, you look at your protein, your activity level, because you have to change what you're doing. You actually have to look at what you're doing, because I have to look at your age. I have to look at your height. I have to look at all that stuff, because if you're not doing things differently in there, then you need to change things up in order to hit that. There's some supplements that you can add in that. So for instance, like LipoBurn. And I can explain that here in a little bit. So there's Lipomino C that you can add in there. So you may not necessarily need to change the GLP that you're doing, because that could be a huge cost difference. But there's some other things that you can do to fix it before you make that GLP jump. But there is, yes, you can do that. So that's something that you can look at too. So do you have Lipo C and Lipo B? Yes, we do. So that is something that we can absolutely do. And they are really good. We actually have LipoBurn in a tablet that we can take care of. So if you're interested in that, you can actually message or DM us, and we can take care of that for you as well. So does berberine and cortisol drops help? Cortisol, improving your cortisol, decreasing your stress always helps with W, always. Berberine, I tried the patch of the berberine. I wasn't really impressed with it. I couldn't get the patch on. It didn't want to stick. It was too hot. I sweat. It fell off. I didn't see any improvement with that. I've read the research on berberine. It's supposed to help. It's a natural GLP. I'm not really convinced. I mean, if you really wanted to try it, you probably could. I haven't really seen much improvement with it. I think it might, I don't know. I tried it on a patch. Didn't see much with that. My provider adds B12 in my MJ shots. My pharmacy actually is the one that does that. I don't do that. I don't do any mixing of anything in my clinic. I'm actually not allowed to do that with the Board of Pharmacy in Ohio. I order my stuff directly from the pharmacy and it's shipped directly to you. So I'm not allowed to mix anything in my clinic personally. Broke out with welts after past vaccine. Also with Z, wonder if it's the preservative. Absolutely, most likely is. So I would, you have, I think you meant to say Hashimoto's. That probably doesn't have anything to do with the preservatives. You just have an autoimmune disease. So that's probably what that's from. That probably doesn't have anything to do with the preservatives. It may, I don't know for sure, but the preservatives definitely can be causing the rash. Do you recommend switching with a plateau? I answered that question. Compound is not approved by FDA. It is actually the FDA regulates the pharmacies, and I only use FDA regulated pharmacies. So you have to be very careful what pharmacy you do purchase it from. And that is what my job is as a nurse practitioner. I make sure that I use only FDA regulated pharmacies. You don't want to use the gray market. You want to be very careful with the gray market because that can definitely cause some big problems out there. And so compounded is used in the areas that I am approved, or I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tying myself. I use FDA regulated pharmacies that are only using US approved products, and they are only US made products. So we are actually regulated by the FDA. I am on 15 ZEP. I've only lost a total of that. I'm a slow responder. 1 to 3 pounds a week for women is completely normal. And you got to remember, as a woman, we have fluctuation. Completely normal because of our cycles. So we as women will have that, and you should not be discouraged by that because that's what we do. And it is totally fine to be a slow responder because that's you. As long as you are hitting your calories and you are getting your protein and you're getting your fiber, you're moving your bowels daily. If you are concerned, DM me and do a free consultation. We would absolutely 100% love to speak with you. So if everybody could please share my live. Please follow both of my pages. I have Recrea Health and Recrea Wellness, and I am live on both of those right now. So please share and follow both of my pages. I don't do menus, and here's why. Everybody has a different version of what they do and don't like. So I don't teach a menu. I don't give you a menu because I like foods different than you like foods different than she likes, than he likes. So everybody eats different. Everybody has different ethnic views of foods that they like. So what we do is we teach you need to eat protein and you need to eat complex carbs. Complex carbs are foods that are naturally in the earth. That's your vegetables, roots, potatoes, whole grains, oats, and occasionally fruits. You need to make sure that you're getting your protein. 75% of what you eat is proteins. I do not teach macros because it's too complicated and I don't want to do it. I just don't. So I just stay away from the macros. So our cost for S is $2.99 a month. There's no contracts, no membership fees, and there's no cost of getting out. We don't do that. And our cost for T is $4.50 a month. And that is for 47 states, and almost every state it's that cost. And we do not cover New York, Wisconsin, or Kansas. So if you have any questions, just DM us and we can do a free consultation. My team is available and ready to talk to you. If I don't answer your question, please DM and we would be more than happy to speak with you. So please just reach out to us. And if I missed your question, I am so sorry because I was just 90 questions behind and it went all the way to the bottom. And now I have to figure out where I was, and give me a second here. Okay, so on R is not FDA approved yet in the States. It is not released by Lilly. And it is only available on the gray market, which I was told by the Board of Pharmacy in Ohio that I am not allowed to prescribe in Ohio. So I am not allowed to do that. Do you think it's okay to be getting my shots from a medical spa? I am listed as a medical spa, but I am a nurse practitioner. So this question, if it is a nurse practitioner and it has a physician affiliation, Yes. Be careful if it's only an RN. And be careful if, just do your homework, just make sure that it is, that it's a legit medical team, and make sure that you're able to get a hold of them. Make sure that you're able to ask questions. Just make sure that you are comfortable with them, that if it's a medical spa. If it's online, Shay B, you are asking some great questions. All right. If it's online, you need to be very, very careful. Make sure that you actually are able to speak to an actual human. You need to be able to talk to somebody if it is online. I have been hearing of a lot of scams lately. I have been having a lot of my videos stolen, and people are trying to claim that I work with them. I am not affiliated with anybody. So if you see my videos out there and somebody is claiming that I am affiliated with them, I am not. So please reach out to us specifically and see if we are affiliated with somebody, because we are not. We are a standalone clinic in Medina, Ohio. And if you are, DM me, because we are not affiliated with anybody. Absolutely not. So just reach out to us and we can help you. So, follow me on both pages and definitely reach out to us. Be careful online. Make sure you can speak to somebody, because if you can't speak to somebody, that's a problem. And if you have side effects, or you have nausea or vomiting or something like that, and you can't get a hold of somebody, then that's a problem. If you are having trouble getting meds, reach out to us. We can definitely help you. We cover 47 states, and we are more than happy to have you in our family and take care of you. So, definitely reach out to us. All right. So severe constipation. I would recommend slowing down on the medications, going down as a couple doses, stopping the medications for a week or two if you need to get your bowels under control. Because if you have severe constipation, that's not good. Even if you have a good L, you have to slow down on these meds, because you need to get your bowels in check. Because if your bowels are bad, then you need to really get them in control. I use a pharmacy out of New Jersey. So they're phenomenal. That's the pharmacy that I've used actually for 4 years. I actually use a couple different ones. It depends on the state that you're in, but I have one in particular that I use all the time. But severe constipation is a real problem. You need fiber every day. You need to make sure that you're taking a probiotic every day. I like magnesium. I take a 14-in-1 magnesium every day. Miralax every day. If that doesn't work, there's something called Senna Plus. These are almost all of these products are available on my main page. So you can go to my main page, which is Recrea Health, and you can get them there. Talk with your provider, Shaby. You need to make sure that you are getting those bowels moving every day, because if they don't, you're going to have problems. That is typically what puts people in the hospital, is their bowels. So you really, really need to make sure that you're getting those bowels under control. Hi, second time using, nothing is happening this time. No W. So this can happen. I'm not really sure why. Sometimes you need to get up to the top doses. I've actually had this happen to me, but you need to get up to those top doses sometimes. So what I would highly recommend is reaching out, doing that free consultation. We can help you with that. And there's some questions that I have to ask you. Calories, BMI, how much was your G, age, weight, the protein. There's a lot of different things that we need to know. So I would say reach out to us, and I can go over that with you, Pam Flowers, and we can talk about that. Just over the last year, she's been on O at first, and now starting to G. So what I would recommend, Mr. H, is reaching out to us, because there's some questions, again, that I need to ask. But guys, are typically calories 16 to 1800. Protein definitely higher end 120, even more than that. And a lot of times what happens is we figure out how to eat around them. So what we do is we're figuring out how to eat around them, and the meds just aren't. The meds are doing the job, but we start figuring out what we can do. So like I know I can't eat Twizzlers, but I can eat Skittles. So I start doing stuff like that, and that's what gets me. All right. Day 148 on M, have an L, added fiber, pro and pre, and provide enzymes for diarrhea. That's fantastic, because when you have that diarrhea, you definitely need the fiber and the probiotics, because that's definitely going to help you. I'm on T. I'm in a deficit, eating less than 1,000. I did answer this a little bit ago. But if you are eating less than 1,000, you need to increase that. And that is why you're not L-ing anymore. Because when you decrease less than 1,000, that's what your body needs. If you're laying in a dark room, not moving, your heart, your brain, your body function is 1,000 calories or less. So you definitely need to make sure that you're getting at least 12 to 1,300 calories for women and 16 to 1,800 calories for guys. You're not getting enough calories, and that is really, really important. Been in ophthalmology for 30 years. Vision loss extremely rare. Thank you so much for saying that, Candy Hodge. It is extremely rare, and it shouldn't really stop you from this. Doing these, because it is really rare, but if it is a very big concern, then I would highly recommend talking to an ophthalmologist or your primary care or your provider and see what you think. So the company I recommend is me. If you need a company and you just need to get the meds and you're not sure, or you want somebody to talk to about it, call me. I will help you. I definitely will help you. My team will help you. We can service 47 states. We would be more than happy to take care of you. So just DM and we will be more than happy to take care of you. So definitely reach out. Our price S is $299 and our T is $450, and we are more than happy, and that's in most states. So, please just reach out to us. Can't tolerate O or Trulicity. Is there any other, is there one that is different in ingredients? T. You can definitely try T. It's a little bit different. And a lot of times, if you can't try the name brand, I've had people that can't tolerate the name brand. They do great on the compound. I actually had somebody that had an anaphylactic shock from the name brand and was able to tolerate the compound just fine. So that's something that you can think about as well. All right, just came off of GLP due to medical emergency, due to W, do the pills decrease medical issues? I don't have experience with the orals. I have no experience at all, so I can't answer your question. I did have somebody that couldn't tolerate one. Actually, quite a few couldn't tolerate one of the versions, and then they did the other one, and they were completely fine. So I would just talk to your medical provider and see what they say. Please follow me. I really appreciate it. Please follow both of my pages. Please follow Recrea Health is my main page. Recrea Wellness is my backup page. And please share my live. I really do appreciate it. So if you feel tired all the time on these, I highly recommend that you take, if it's not pink, take a B12. Find out what's in it, because if it doesn't have a B vitamin support in it, you need to make sure that you're getting a B vitamin support, because there aren't any B vitamins in there, because then you're not getting enough of that energy support, because one, you're cutting down on your calories. So you're not getting enough nutrition, which you need to make sure that you're doing. So you need to make sure that you're getting that. I really we have a pill that we take. It's called LipoBurn. You can DM me and I can give you some information on that. It's $70 a month. It's fantastic. It has fat burner in it, energy support, as well as immunity support as well. So if you DM us, we can give you some information on that as well. Is it normal for the area to hurt a little after injection? Not really. That might be more in your technique. So I just posted some videos on my main page, Recrea Health. Actually, I think I did them on my Recrea Wellness page as well. But if you inject, how you inject can help with the site pain. So you need to check that. What is best for energy? I really like the oral version I was just talking about called LipoBurn. It has a lot of B vitamins in it and other vitamins that can help with that as well. Recommendations for someone with a history of diverticulitis. You could actually take these. I've had people that have had improvement with diverticulitis. You just have to be careful with your diet with diverticulitis to make sure you're avoiding those foods that your GI has already told you that you need to avoid. What's your opinion on GLP for PCOS, W management? I'm thinking of trying Zepbound. They've actually found that all of the GLPs really help with PCOS, and they are really good in the fact that they help with insulin resistance, which is going to help with the PCOS symptoms. Now, I have had 10 women become pregnant when they take the GLPs. So, if you don't want to get pregnant, make sure you're doing something about that and protecting yourself, because you can become pregnant on these. So you want to be very careful with that. I have to let my pen come to room temperature before the shot, and then it doesn't hurt. Yes, that is something that a lot of people have said, that they need to let their pens or their injections come to room temperature before they inject. Absolutely, that can make a difference. What about the Mag 07 I'm seeing all over TikTok? You can do the Mag 07, but I like the one that's on my page. It's a Mag 14 in 1, which includes all of the 07s in it. So I like the 14 in 1, which is available on my Recrea Health page. So it's got 7 more vitamins in it. It has 3 more of the magnesiums, but then it also has ashwagandha, zinc, vitamin D, and there's one more and I just forgot it. I'm sorry. But I like that one. So, and it's not terribly expensive, and it's a 90-day supply. So that is available on my Recrea Health page. I'm on, does being tired all the time normal? No. If you're getting your calories, getting your protein, and getting your complex carbs. If you get complex carbs, that should help with being tired. But I would also recommend LipoBurn. And if you DM me, I can tell you how to get that. It's $70 a month, but you need your B vitamins. B vitamins help with being tired, and when you're in a calorie deficit a lot of times, you're not getting your B vitamins. So, but if your product is pink, if it's compounded with B12, that should help with your energy. Also, B6 can help with your energy. What do you recommend that doesn't have magnesium? Kidney patient here. For bowels, I recommend Miralax. And if you need to, talk to your provider, because I'm not giving medical advice, but talk to your provider. Because thank you for the rose, Tracy. I really do appreciate that. I don't know if you guys know or not, but when you give the roses and the hearts and the gifts and all of that stuff, that really does help push me on TikTok. So my Recrea Health page, there's been a lot of people come through, but the numbers aren't that great on there. But my Recrea Wellness page is doing very well. Thank you so much for all of the people that are coming on there. Thank you everybody for sharing, and thank you everybody for the hearts that you're giving, because that's absolutely fantastic. But it really does boost, and it helps TikTok recognize what I'm doing, and it really does help boost my numbers, which are fantastic. I really do appreciate it. So kidney, if you're talking about for bowels, Miralax I do believe is safe, but just reach out to your kidney doctor to make sure. But I'm not sure what what you're looking for the magnesium. If you're looking for bowel support, I believe the probiotics are good, but you can also take Miralax, but just make sure that you check with your kidney provider just to make sure here. Is appetite suppression reduced on R? I do not know about R. I do not recommend R. R is not approved for in the United States yet. The only way you can get R is through the gray market, which is not recommended. So be very, very careful. Dang, my phone cut out. Did you say, is there any difference between Trulicity or Ozempic? So I am not very, very familiar with Trulicity, so I don't have a ton of information on Trulicity. It is in the family. They're all very, very smallly different. So I don't know a ton about it. So I can't give you a ton of information on it, but they're like all just like minutely molecules different. So I can't give you a big opinion on that one. I'm sorry. I don't, and I've never prescribed Trulicity, so I can't really answer that question. I take magnesium glycinate and D3K, so would it be okay to magnesium complex? You don't need the glycinate if you're taking a magnesium complex that has the glycinate in it. So I wouldn't recommend taking too much of the magnesium. So if you're taking another supplement and it has the glycinate in it, I wouldn't take another one with it. So I wouldn't take too much of that. Where can I find your information on proper injection technique? If you go to my Recrea Health page, just scroll down a little bit. It's actually just been within the last couple of days, and it's one of my videos that has taken off. So it's gone viral, so you can actually see that. All right. I already answered that. Will taking antihistamine before injection help with the injection site reaction? It can, but what I would recommend is talking to your provider and finding out if they can switch what's being mixed with it. That way you can maybe change that. If it's with a pen, then no, they're not going to be able to switch what is mixed with it because the pens are coming from usually the pharmaceutical company direct. If it's a syringe or a vial, then they should be able to switch what it's being made with. So, but yes, antihistamine might help with that. All right. I just got done with 1 milligram this week. Can I go back? Absolutely, 100%. You could always go backwards. I tell people stay on the lowest dose that you're most comfortable with. Save going up only if you absolutely need to because you're having food noise. Don't go up in dose if you're not having food noise. You don't need to go up in dose at all. All right. My insurance said they will cover mine, just waiting for my NP to send the stuff in now. That is awesome. If you can get your insurance to cover it, good for you. That's fantastic. A lot of people can't, and a lot of insurances are just difficult. That's for darn sure. I've been taking O for 4 weeks and I haven't L'd. I hardly have carbs or sugar. So you need to give it time. You know, this is a slow, steady, consistent. 1 to 3 a week for women, 3 to 5 a week for guys. Watch the calories. Make sure you're getting your protein, and hang in there. Because the doses definitely play a part in this. And if you need that free consultation, definitely DM, and we can help you with that. But it really can take time. It's not a fast thing. We don't want it to be fast, but you need to make sure that you're getting your vegetables. You need to make sure that you're doing, the complex carbs, because complex carbs are really, really important. So when you switch from one to the other, you need to make sure that you drop down in dose. Go back to the very beginning and start back up slow, because if you don't, you risk getting sick. You have to go back down to the bottom. And if you ever need that free consultation, please DM and we can help you. Okay? That is what I am here for. I'm here to teach and educate and make sure that you're being safe on this. Because I've found a lot of providers aren't educating and teaching you guys. So that is what we are here for, is to teach and educate you and make sure that you are being safe on these. So if you ever need anything, please DM and I would be more than happy to help you. So please share my live. Please follow me. I really do appreciate if you could do that. Both my pages. Recrea Health is my main page and Recrea Wellness is my backup page. Doctor told me to not follow through on my S due to having ferritin of 7. Well, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, because this doesn't affect your blood levels or your ferritin or your iron levels. Actually, because you're on this, you're going to be eating more protein, which protein should help your iron levels. So work on getting your ferritin levels up. I guess you got to follow what your doctor says. This is heart protective. Did they put you on iron or put you on anything to increase your iron levels? Sweet thing. Just curious about that one. All right. While I'm waiting for her to answer. On MJ for almost 3 years, plateaued the last 9. Anything I could do? Yes. So unicorn, please DM because I need to ask you how many calories because women should be 13 to 1400. And hang on one second, sweet thing. I'm going to answer this question. Excuse me. Anything. So if you get into that, well, you're not, if you got 40 to go, you're probably not in the BMI. So calories should be 13 to 1400 for women, 16 to 1800 for guys. And then your protein should be 100 grams a day for women, 120 for guys. And you can try lipoburn, which is really good. So DM me and I can tell you how to get that. And then activity level can play a part in that. But, calories a lot of times no less than 1200. So, okay, so sweet thing, your stomach can handle it. I have a follow-up next Monday with the hematology. Great. So, sweet thing. I think Veronica's with a patient, but there is a new iron pill that's actually a prescription. Yeah, Veronica's with a patient. As soon as she's done with the patient, I'm going to ask her to bring in this iron supplement that we have out here that's actually supposed to be really good on the stomach and simple to take. But I will have her bring that in. Yeah, the iron infusions are really good as well. But this, I don't see why you can't take this with, I've never heard that before, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. All right, I'll get this iron supplement that we have out here that it might be something that you can ask them about. So 1 second. I was taking Sema and lost, can't tell how much, since February. I had to stop. Oh, all right. Never go off of these cold turkey. You cannot go off of these cold turkey. You need to wean off. So what does that mean? So weaning off means that you go to the lower doses and then you go to every 10 to 14 days. And you want to slowly go off of them. So that's what's important. It's because if you don't, what's going to happen is that noise and your hunger is going to come back so intense that you are going to want to eat everything and it's miserable. So you need to make sure that you wean off of these. So that is what's really, really, really important. And you have to, it's just like gastric bypass. So if you go back to your old ways, you're going to gain it all back. So you have to be very, very careful and making sure that you are slowly going off of these so that you can slowly regain the ability to eat and remember what you learned. And I will never go off because I never want to go back. That person, because I don't want to do that. And that is what I really am trying not to do. I started S last Sunday, started me on 5, perfect. And because if you are anemic and you start having vomiting, then that could be a real problem. And because we don't want you, starting having a gastric bleed or anything like that. So that could be why. But you could have some Sovrian, which is going to help with the nausea and things like that as well. So I get it. That's a hard one. All right. I'm on MJ for exactly a year down. Wow, that's pretty good. So you're still you're not on the top dose yet, a real man, but you still have some room to go up on there. So sweet thing, I would get Zofran. Did you have Zofran, sweet thing? I'm waiting for the answer, sorry. All right. No, okay. Get Zofran. Take it before you take the shot. If you ever have nausea, you have to have Zofran. Definitely. Take it before you take the shot, even the night before, the morning of, take the shot. And then always have the Zofran on hand. If you start to get nauseous, you take the Zofran. And then you can take 0.25 units, take half a dose of what you took, and then that way you won't get sick. No, it's not weird that you got sick because everybody's different and you just might be sensitive now. And especially since you're anemic, your body just doesn't want it in you, you know? So and then sweet thing, was it compounded? Because a lot of times, I know people are like so against the compounded, but when it's compounded and compounded with B12 prevents nausea a lot of times. So a lot of times that compounded with the B12 can actually prevent that nausea, which is a good thing. So okay. So sweet thing, did it have B12 in it? That's another question. Because if it has the B12, okay, that might be, and then did you have to mix it up? That's one of the things that scares me a lot of times is when people have to actually mix it themselves, because when you have to mix it yourself, okay, good. Because a lot of times when you mix it, you didn't answer that question. B3. I've never heard of B3. Oh, I've never heard B3. Didn't have to mix it, just got the vial and out the rate. Okay. All right. I need to ask who here has their compounded with B3 in it. I have never heard of it mixed with B3. So that is a completely new one for me. Can everybody put in their comments if they've had it mixed with B3? I've heard of B6, B12, LC, NAD, glycine, but I have not heard of B3. That's a new one for me. Huh. All right. I'm telling you, these pharmacies, I don't know what they're doing sometimes. All right, people, put that in the comments here. Yeah, people are writing in, me either. I have not heard of this one at all. That's what I'm thinking. They are trying whatever to just stay compliant. That's what scares me, is these pharmacies are just doing weird things. And that's why I like the pharmacy that I work with, because they work really closely with the FDA and they have attorneys. I'm like really kind of, it's kind of fishy. Hang on a second. I'm really, hold on a minute. I've got to do this puzzle on TikTok. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Mine is mixed with B3, comes from a compounded pharmacy from Texas. I get mine from a med spa. Huh. I have never heard of B3. I actually didn't even know B3 was a supplement. I'm going to have to Google that one. Yeah, it's there, but you know what? They do have to try to stay compliant, a lot of these pharmacies, but that's an interesting one for me. All right, there you go. We learn something new every day, people. So I will Google that one and I will do a video on that one, because that one's an interesting one to me. I try to stay very on things, and I'm just interested and on my, I'm on the Recrea Wellness as well. And let me go down to the bottom here, because B3 is niacin. Yeah, B3 is niacin. So, a lot of people are on here. Hang on. Had somebody else on this other page is saying that they, so how you order from me is you DM me. I used to have my other information up here, but TikTok was kicking me off all last week and getting mad at me, so I couldn't do it anymore. So, niacin can actually cause flushing. So you have to be very careful with niacin, probably about 30 more minutes. So niacin can cause a lot of flushing. And so I do a 503A and a 503B pharmacy. So the 503A that I use, I actually use it to ship straight to houses because you can't use 503A in clinic anymore. You can only use 503B in clinic. So you have to be very careful in how you use it and all that stuff. So 503A is what I use to ship to people's homes. And so if you want to order straight from me, what I do is you DM me. And then what we will do is we send you an intake form and we'll give you the information. We send you an intake form. Then we set you up for a free consultation and you'll talk to one of my team members. And what we will do is then we'll do a telehealth visit. And we'll ship the meds directly to you from the pharmacy, directly from the pharmacy, so not from me. So they are made at the pharmacy, shipped to you from the pharmacy, and they are an FDA regulated pharmacy. Okay. So my clinic is Recrea Health, and then I use a pharmacy out of New Jersey. All right. So sweet thing, the reason you probably got sick is because of the niacin, because niacin is it can make you very flushed. It is actually, and I know somebody's going to say, well, you're a nurse practitioner, you should know that. I've actually never called niacin B3, to be honest with you. So sorry, I wasn't up to my B3 and niacin. Niacin is it's very brutal. And, even NAD subcutaneous, I had some pharmacies that were doing NAD subcutaneous. And I was researching and I actually talked to my pharmacist that I work really closely with. And it's not absorbed very well subcutaneously. It's, so I don't know why giving NAD, but everybody was so excited about NAD. I can get NAD in my shot because we're all, everybody's hearing, NAD, it's so good for my cell youthfulness and all that stuff, but it doesn't really do anything for you. So that's, subcutaneous. So I haven't really seen any more pharmacies doing NAD, but I'm sure it's still out there. It was mixed with the GLPs as well. All right, so there we go. All right, we learned something. If I didn't answer your question, I am so sorry because I wanted to drop down and see what everybody's answer was on that. Please DM me. Okay, hair loss, because that's always a question everybody has. So hair loss. If you are having hair loss, and before anybody comments on my thin hair has been thin hair since I was young. So like in my teens. So I have not lost any more hair. It's always been like this. Somebody always says, oh, you have thin hair. Okay. You need your protein. Anytime, any diet, ever in your life, you run the risk of losing your hair. So you have to get your protein, 100 grams a day for women, 120 grams a day for guys. You have to get collagen. Collagen is extremely important because it has a lot of really good things in it. I really like Nutrafol's collagen, and that is a really good collagen. Then I also like hair vitamins. So there are some really good hair vitamins out there. I also like Nutrafol. And then there's another one called Vitagreen, which is available on TikTok. All of them are available on TikTok. So you could DM and I can help you with that. Go to my Recrea Health page. They're on there as well. So I use a pharmacy out of New Jersey. If you are interested in purchasing products from me, you are more than welcome to. I don't care if you do. You could still do a free consultation with us. You don't have to buy products from us. I could care less if you do. I have a really good pharmacy that I work with. I could ship it straight to your house. We do a free consultation. I am just here to educate. I am just here. I'm here to learn too, but I am here to educate and teach. I have been taking these meds for 4 years. I have been prescribing them for 4 years. I'm really good with semaglutide. I'm really good with tirzepatide. I do compounded only, but I am very familiar with the name brands as well, but I am here just to teach and educate. So please follow both of my pages. Recrea Health is my main page. Recrea Wellness is my backup Facebook page. You can DM me, and I will be more than happy to set you up with a free consultation with my team. And my pricing for S is $2.99 a month. That is the same price for all doses. My T is $4.50 a month, and this is for most states, and that is all doses. So it doesn't really matter what dose. If you have dry eyes, I've only heard this one other time. I don't know if that is from this or not. Most likely it might be from one of your other medications. I don't know. I've not heard that. All right. Let me see here. All right. Plateaus. If you are hitting a plateau, I'm going to start talking faster because I am going to be off here in about 20 minutes. All right. If you are hitting a plateau, reach out because first of all, it depends on if you're in that BMI of 24.9 to 29. If you're in that plateau or in that BMI, it gets hard. That is when you need to reach out because there's more questions that I need to ask. Because we got to talk about your calories. We've got to talk about your protein, activity levels, things like that. Is there a collagen in a pill instead of powder? All right, this scoop is not that big. I don't know if this is open. Hold on a minute. Nope, not open. This scoop is not that big. I put it in my protein shake. I put it in my protein shake every day, and it's not that bad. This one is the one I'm talking about. Yeah, it is. It's the same size as my protein scoop, and it's. I just put it in with my protein shake, and it's not that bad. It's about like this big. It's pretty small. So I'd say get another. Get a different kind is what I would say. All right, so let me see here. I gotta find these. So when you feel the effects, some people are immediately, some people are down the road a month or two. It really depends. Everybody is different. Everybody is different. So everybody is different. We don't know when to tell you that you're going to. Some people are right away. The only time I took my meds in my belly, I felt like I was sick. When I did it in my arm and leg, I did fine. That is common what I hear. So if you do it in your belly and you get sick, do it in your arm and your leg, then you might be fine. That's typical. That is really what I've heard. Now, I have had a lot of people, and then I just found out that if you do it in your leg, you tend to bleed more. I never knew that, but I have had huge response to that video in the past several days. Huge response to that video that people are bleeding more. If you have anemia, that makes your chances of nausea higher. I don't know. No. I wouldn't say yes, that makes your chances of nausea higher, but it makes your chances of a GI bleed higher. If you have anemia, would be a bigger concern of ours. So no, that's not nearly, that's not what we mean. All right. Best time of day to take your meds. I do most of them in the morning because if it has B6 or B12 in it, it's going to give you energy, which you don't want to do towards the night because you won't sleep. That's why we do that. Oh, if your liver enzymes are up, actually they just did research to find that this is actually helping liver. So it shouldn't make your liver enzymes go up. If your liver enzymes are up, talk to your provider. They can help you figure out if it's from this or if it's not from this. So I would definitely talk to your provider because that shouldn't be the case. It should be actually the opposite. All right, supplements that I recommend. Again, Angela's recommendation, Angela's opinion. Okay, probiotic, my new favorite. I know you can't all see the words on this. And all of these are on my Recrea Health page. Okay, Leaf Air, probiotic. You can notice it by, and I actually have some really funny videos for this one, but these are amazing. This is a probiotic. I highly recommend it. Now, if you get the sulfur burps, This one is really good for the sulfur burps. This is a probiotic with digestive enzymes. These two are for the ladies. I'm sorry. Okay, these two are for the ladies. Don't take both at the same time because they both have probiotics, but they both have female health, but this one has digestive enzymes in it. So this one's really good with digestive enzymes if you get a lot of sulfur burps. We didn't really talk about that today. But sulfur burps, this one's a really good one. Then if you can't move your bowels and you're 2-3 days with no bowel movements, this is a really good one. These are all in videos on my Recrea Health page. Okay? No, you cannot nurse when you're on GLPs. We don't know if it will go through the breast milk, so no. You cannot nurse when you're on these. You want to make sure you're taking a collagen because that's going to help prevent hair loss. You want to take a hair vitamin. I like this one, Nutrafol. That is a really good hair vitamin. Okay? You want to take a good multivitamin. And actually, I just requested one on TikTok. So you want to take a good multivitamin. You can take a calcium as well. So I actually have both of those coming so that I can start promoting that. I will try those and we will see what's going on because I am 51, so I'm getting of that age when I need to take a calcium. And then you want to take a good multivitamin. I usually like the multivitamins for 50 plus, so you can take those vitamins as well. That's a good supplement, my supplement regime that I talk about. You need to take fiber. And then if you're not moving your bowels daily, I also like the magnesium 14-in-1. That's the one that I take as well. I like gummies because it makes me think I'm getting gummy bears every day. So that's what I recommend. I did the shot 2 inches around my belly button and ended up with a huge bruise. Go further out. You have a lot of area of your belly, so go further out on the belly button. So that's what I would highly recommend. I've been a month and I'm down 4. When do you recommend going up? I recommend going up when you get food noise and hunger back. That's when I recommend going up. I tell people stay at the dose you're at until you get food noise that comes back, and then you can go up. All right. Please follow my pages. Please follow Recrea Wellness and follow my main page, Recrea Health. I am so thankful for all of you being on here today. You guys are fantastic. If I did not answer your question, please go to my main page and please DM me on either page is fine because I monitor both. I did not get to a lot of questions and I apologize. If you are worried about anything, you can definitely reach out, DM me. I will always try to answer your questions. I am always here for you guys. And please follow both pages. I try to do videos on both pages. If I do one-on-one, I try to post it on the other. And I will be live tomorrow. I definitely go live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday because I'm in the office. And then I try to come in on Wednesday and Friday to do video or to do lives. But if you have any questions, you ever need me, just DM me. And I am always here for you. My team is always here for you. We love talking to you guys. I know I didn't get to a lot of the questions, so please feel free to reach out to me. And I will definitely answer anything that you want to know. My name is Angela. I am a nurse practitioner. We do cover 47 states, so please reach out anytime. Our pricing is S for $2.99 in most states, and our T is $4.50 in most states. And guess what? I didn't get in trouble today. Yay! Go team. All right. You guys are phenomenal.